Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, so the mounts to the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Conway. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. He attaches one of the hammocks to its anchor points, letting you see how he's doing it. That's Julian's, I suppose. The way he talked, he probably knows how to set a hammock up at least. Now you try. With the main wolf's example to work from, it's not terribly difficult. It doesn't look like the coziest place to sleep. Or the safest, for that matter, swinging languidly from the ship's beams, but it'll do. Clearly, because there are already other sailors asleep around you, trying not to make too much noise, you pull yourself into the hammock. It's not your best work, and you can tell by Samuel's expression that he's trying to suppress a grin. I'll get used to it, right? Your whisper in an attempt not to wake anyone up makes the question sound like it came from a timid schoolchild. Samuel does grin now. You will. With his arms holding the beams above him, the main wolf's lanky body is on full display. He pauses as if considering whether to say what's on his mind. For what it's worth, James, you did well today. I thought you should know that. The asparagus? Not just that. Well, that you did really well, too, and I wouldn't mind if you somehow managed to make supplying me with asparagus a daily habit, but it's not just that. I'm sure it was overwhelming, but we didn't actually do much today. If anything, I really have to tell you that you did a good job of getting us settled in. And introducing us to Conrad and Torres, the old hands I don't know, but I want to make a good impression. I was kind of worried it'd be our officer doing it, a lot of loud barking. Even in the darkness, you can see the knowing smile that crosses Samuel's muzzle. He's not so bad, you know. I know, but still, you're the nicer option. Samuel rubs the back of his head with his hand. Well, also, you know, I didn't exactly make the best showing of myself when I reported aboard. I got the barking very early. Don't mind it, discipline is important on a ship like this. We got a long way to go, after all. Besides, how else do you keep someone like Julian in line? Can't give him an inch. I'm just a sailor myself, and I know that much. I tell you something, though. Show him you can do the job, and you can bet he'll step in for you if someone else is making trouble. If he was about to continue, he doesn't get the chance. A wave catches the ship, hard enough that Samuel has to adjust his stance until it settles again, putting both hands back on the beams above him. It's a lot of... Trails off while the two of you listen to the sound of the wave breaking, all the way back to the stern of the ship. You're already learning that, sturdy as she is, the Conway will sometimes feel very small indeed in a vast ocean. Finally, Samuel keeps going. It's a lot of giving young sailors the chance to become old sailors. Learn how to ride out a wave like that. Yeah, I can imagine. And the only way that happens is keeping them from doing anything too dumb, like getting a crane full of cargo dropped on their head. But you'll learn. Like I said, you show you can do the work. I guess the morning watch will be as good a time as any for that, right? Exactly. Make sure you wake up if you manage to sleep through the bells. He gives you a pat on the shoulder before starting to head towards his own hammock. Have a good night, James. I'll make sure to wake you up if I see you still sleeping. Thank you. You too, Sam. Good night. You watch as he walks over to his spot, dropping his vest and sizing up his hammock. With one graceful movement, he jumped up and into it, settling comfortably down and into place. You're quite fortunate to have met such a skilled mentor already, you think. Handsome, too. Handsome. For a few more seconds, your eyes linger on the hammock, even after he's completely disappeared into the white linen. At last, you manage to tear your eyes away and settle down for your own attempt at rest. The movements of the ship are deceptively lulling, considering the force of the wave earlier, but you can already feel exhaustion building. Before you have any further chance to dwell, sleep has taken you completely. Day 2. A voice enters your surroundings from a realm beyond, resonating through space itself. You're talking to someone you know, however their exact likeness is difficult to place. Their face is strangely blurry whenever you look. Hey. It becomes harder and harder to focus on the person. Your feet start to feel unsteady with the movement of the earth underneath. Hey! Suddenly the familiarity of the voice returns to your mind, and it gets sucked into the here and now. It's not unsteady ground you're standing on, but your hammock. Samuel. Right, you remember that wonderful maned wolf. The ship's interior emerges around you as you turn in your hammock, finding Samuel just waiting for you to wake up. Oh! Oh! Whoa! What? Samuel? Yeah. I was not expecting that. Hey! I'm awake, but you can hardly believe your eyes, nor can you stop them from wandering. Down his shoulders, the curve of his back, tail, rear. I wanted to wake... I wanted to wake you up before the others, he suggests. Spend some extra time with you. I said, hey, wake up! Light enters this world from the edge of your vision. In that instant, the barrier between the two worlds of your mind is broken. The desired world of your dream vanishes, replaced and filled with nothing but the sight of a crudely woven hammock. You close your eyelids forcefully, not in an effort to fall asleep again, but to combat the yawn that is sure to follow. Despite your best efforts, you yawn anyway. Good morning. Yeah, rise and shine. You bring your hands to your face, rubbing your eyes firmly. You weren't new to waking up early from your life back at home, but it always takes a couple moments, and the hammock feels so tantalizingly comfy. Maybe just 5 more minutes? Samuel is having none of it, and, noticing your hands starting to relax over your eyes, reaches into your hammock and pulls them away from your face. Don't you fall asleep again? You sigh, knowing that he's right, unfortunately. But, Mom! Samuel is caught off guard briefly from your playful retort and gives your snout a light backhanded swat. Fine, I'm awake. Kind of. How late is it anyway? You shift in your hammock, using your elbows to prop yourself up as much as possible without knocking your head on the wooden beam above. Julian is still fast asleep in his hammock next to yours, his tail dangling out over the edge of it. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Just rang 6 bells. Morning watch starts at 4. 3? You woke me up an hour earlier? The urge to just go back to sleep is wonderful. Very powerful. Get up, even begrudgingly so. Could have slept a little more, you grumble annoyedly as you fight the urge to fall asleep again. I wanted to show you something before the morning watch starts. Besides, you worked on a farm, didn't you? You must have get used to getting up early. It was my father's farm. He went easy on me. Yesterday left me pretty tired. He'll survive. Slowly, you shift your weight to the side and slide out of the hammock, while Samuel holds onto it to help you keep it steady. The two of you do a good job balancing your still hazy self. With your combined efforts, your paws land on the deck with a soft thud. There we go. It wasn't so hard, was it? Samuel chuckles as he looks at your face, which must appear to answer his question without a single word necessary. Aside from me barely being able to keep my eyes open and probably stumbling over something and breaking my neck within the next 5 minutes. But yes, aside from that, it wasn't very hard, Sam. Once more, your hands find their way to rub some of the gunk from your eyes. That's the spirit! He reaches up to your shoulder to straighten out your shirt, helping you look slightly less as if you just rolled out of the barrel you hid in as a stowaway. What did you want to show me, anyway? Samuel smiles suddenly in return. Your first sunrise out at sea. You did say you never set foot on a ship, didn't you? And I just like watching them myself. But 3 in the morning? This is all on you. If you wanted more convenient times, you shouldn't have joined during summer. But what about him? You nod over to the bed Julian is sleeping in. Let him sleep. He just ruined the moment somehow. He isn't that bad. He isn't, but I prefer a quiet sunrise today. A moment of quiet is shared between you before you start making your way to the stairs, weaving past other sleeping crew and all the bits and bobs strewn around the deck. The atmosphere on the ship is so starkly different from yesterday evening. It is quiet, with nothing but a few voices coming from the main deck. The warm light of the lamps is still present, yet for the most part what was a room bustling with activity now is still, aside from the sway of hammocks and one of the watchmen sitting at the post. Most of the seating has been cleared aside to leave the space less claustrophobic, and even the occasional bird outside could be heard as they still trail the ship. Samuel doesn't appear to struggle with being up so early, with the maned wolf confidently leading the way across the deck. Part of the wooden pillars and up the wide stairway leading to the main deck. You'll thank me. Trust me. I do, Sam. It's my body that doesn't want to play along just yet. How long have you been up already? You're way too spry. He turns around as he reaches the top of the stairs. Oh, just wait a few minutes. I rarely have trouble getting out of bed. No, it's just like that. I'm up and I'm ready. He snaps his fingers to underline the point. But now, no lamps are needed outside, as the twilight provides just enough of a soft illumination to allow you to confidently pick your steps. The morning air is fresh, with a firm breeze that immediately begins to tug on your fur as you step outside. It is a little more active out here, but even then the middle watch is just calmly counting down the hours. Samuel walks down the deck until he finds a somewhat secluded spot at the front of the ship, behind a couple of barrels affixed in place. The maned wolf crosses his arms over the railing, ensuring there is enough space next to him to have you join alongside. The two of you are nestled between barrels and winding lines, the waves breaking on the bow right beneath you as the ship slides through them. The sun was yet to creep over the horizon, but judging by the emerging glow along the distance, it couldn't be too far off. Did you sleep well? Okay, I guess. Takes a bit of getting used to it, but I was rather tired and drifted off to sleep quickly. Could have been worse, then. I think getting woken up by you helped as well. Oh, you charmer. It's my special technique. Toss people out early and they'll like me for it. It has never failed, not even once. That doesn't sound very believable. How often have you applied that technique so far? Oh, you know, once. He grins toothfully. Aren't you a bit early with your assessment? I've yet to decide if getting dragged out by you was a good thing. I might grumpily drag myself back to bed and dream about all the sleep I've missed out on. Oh, shut up. He laughs and shoves your shoulder, sending you swaying into the wooden barrel next to you. By now, the deck of the ship is lit entirely. The deep darkness of the sky has vanished to be replaced with the pale blue of morning. The few clouds in the sky catch the bright orange sunlight already, and within a few seconds the first glimmers of the sun make their way over the horizon. Ooh, that's also a really good picture, but it's not as good as the one we had a few minutes ago. It dances between the distant clouds, setting them alight with a brilliant shine and bathing the two of you in the first rays of sunlight. A minute passes in contemplative silence as you look out over the open ocean, a few birds being the only things that breaks the sense of time simply standing still. A gust of wind sends one of his braids slapping against your cheek, yet even that can't break this moment for you. Maybe it is stupid. It's just a sunrise like every other you've experienced, but the company seems to make this one particularly special. Is it failing? Samuel asks while continuing to look out onto the sea. It never will if you make sure to combine it with a sunrise. Sharing it with someone doesn't hurt either. Makes me feel a little less odd about it. Feeling odd about it? Is that why you've tucked us into the corner here? You peek over the barrel to check the surroundings. It is the only place on the ship that would hide you from the view of others further back. No. Not really, I think. Well, perhaps it just feels to me like nobody else appreciates it. Or have you heard many veterans at the tavern boasting about all the days they've spent calmly watching the sun climb over the horizon? He tips his head to the side as if to shrug off the thought. It's how drunk they got, how many women they laid, how many others they beat up. It's drunk boasting at the tavern. They won't think less of you just because you don't spend every moment being macho. Perhaps. I'm not thinking less of you now, am I? That's not the same. Why isn't it? It just doesn't feel the same. A shrug of his shoulders accentuates his words. I understand what you mean, though. In an environment like this, you don't want to be the odd one out, especially given the goodwill you appear to have gained with many of the others. But I doubt something like this would undo any of that, Sam. You're probably right. It's just difficult to relax sometimes. In any case, though, I'll gladly hide back here with you for future sunrises if you need non-judgmental company. The maned wolf breaks into a laugh, facing you with a smile. I appreciate it, man. See? A Julian would have absolutely ruined that. You join his laugh. Oh, he would have. But he could potentially have made himself useful by getting us something to eat. Very true. I am starting to get hungry as well. Morning watch isn't going to get anything proper, though. Bandille's not up, so it's only bread for us. Maybe some leftovers from yesterday if we're lucky. So bread wouldn't go amiss either. It's hard to peel myself away from this. Maybe a few more minutes? Sounds good to me. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there, because I'm going to be double dipping and using this thumbnail probably in the next video. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for I do for the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our two gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!